10 years ago, Mustafa Naim wrote a Facebook post that is credited with changing the course of Ukrainian history. On November 21, 2013, Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych announced that he was withdrawing from the agreement with the European Union in favor of closer relations with Russia. Many young Ukrainians reacted with surprise, which quickly turned to anger. Well-known young journalist Naim wrote on Facebook, "Come on guys. Let's be serious. If you really want to do something, don't press the like button." Hundreds of people came out to protest. And when riot police brutally beat protesters 9 days later, it only sparked more anger. Soon the Maidan turned into a tent camp in the heart of Kiev, protected by massive barricades and self-defense units. After a pause lasting several months, riot police killed dozens of protesters and Yanukovych fled to Russia. 10 years later, Naim still plays a key role in Ukraine's struggle to liberate itself from Russian rule. After Maidan toppled Yanukovych, Naim entered politics and now runs Ukrainian State Restoration Agency, which is tasked with dealing with devastation caused by nearly 2-year Russian occupation. On Tuesday, it will be 10 years since his online post and the start of the revolution. In early years, it was a sad anniversary because of all the people who were killed, he said in an interview last week at his office at Ministry of Major Infrastructure Construction in central Kiev. But we understand that these are not the most difficult times in our history compared to what we have now. During the Maidan uprising 10 years ago, protesters and riot police said in Kyiv's Independence Square, Genya Savalov AFP the Maidan, which was always partly about Ukraine's place in Europe, began a difficult cycle for Ukraine. After Yanukovych's escape, Vladimir Putin ordered the annexation of Crimea. Then the Russians launched an uprising in parts of Donbass, which quickly turned into war. A year later, the Minsk agreements further escalated the conflict before Putin doubled down on a full-scale invasion last year. It was a difficult decision for Naim to leave journalism and enter politics. But she made the decision after spending time at Stanford University and meeting journalists, activists from around the world who had moved on to political roles. He came to think that earlier Orange Revolution had ultimately failed because the political class remained same. Social activism, social energy did not translate into a political movement and changing the rules, traditions of the political system. He recalled, Naim was born in Afghanistan. His father was Deputy Minister Education responsible for the construction of schools in remote parts country. Naim was 8 years old when her family fled Afghanistan in 1989. His own son was 10 years old when the Russian occupation began last year. "This is an unfortunate symmetry of our family," he said. "I hope we can stop this war here. I don't want to repeat